picture just fell off the wall. I actually did. Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. So today I thought I'd do a tattoo and piercing tag for you guys. I found the questions online, so if I can find them again, I'll make sure I tag the blog which I found it from in the description below, so you can go and check that out. I hope you guys like this video. If you do, please like and subscribe, and we'll get straight on into the tag. So the first question is, how many tattoos do you have? So I've had 8, but I've actually only got 7 because one of them was a cover-up. So I'll try, if I can edit this, and put pictures of them here. So the first one I ever got was when I was 18, and I booked it about 2 weeks before my 18th birthday. And I can remember getting really excited when I turned 18 and finishing college early and then going to the tattoo shop, and I was really excited to get my first tattoo. If I can find the picture of what I wanted, I will post it, because expectation versus reality was not so great. So my first tattoo was supposed to be birds flying like sort of up my foot, but as you can see from this picture here, that's not quite what I got. I mean, people always comment on how terrible it is, but it's on my foot, so not that many people really see it. I mean, in the future I would maybe get it covered up, but for the moment I'm fine with it. So then the second tattoo I got was like the peace sign with the triangle around it. If you've watched Geordie Shore, Charlotte from Geordie Shore had it on her wrist, and I can remember I really wanted it on my wrist, but my mum's talked me out of it. So instead I ended up getting like a small feather tattoo just on my wrist here, which I don't have any pictures of because I didn't end up liking it again. For some reason I was an idiot and I went back to the people that did my first tattoo, which I also wasn't happy with. Don't ask me why. So I've actually got the peace symbol. I keep doing this. This isn't a peace symbol. The peace symbol with the triangle on the back of my neck, and I will insert a picture here for you guys. I can't actually see it myself, obviously, because it's on the back of my neck, so I completely just forget it's there. So then sometimes people are like, oh, I like your tattoo, and I'm like, which one? Because I can't see it. So after that, like I said, I got the feather tattoo, but I didn't like it, so I ended up getting it covered up at a different tattoo shop, and it's a rose, but obviously the rose had to be quite dark to cover up the feather. I mean, now it's been done, I think I've had it done for nearly 2 years now. You can kind of see the feather coming back sort of there, so that's where the feather was. You can sort of see it, so I need to go back and get this all like reshaded over, I think, because that bit's just, I'm just not happy with it. I mean, other people sometimes tell me, they're like, oh no, you can't see it, but I don't know if they're just being nice because I can see it. So to me, if I can see it, then obviously other people can. So the next tattoo I got after that was a little moon, like a mandala style moon, and it's just on the inside of my ankle. And like I say again, I'll just put the picture on the screen there for you. I actually went with my friend to get this done, so she got the sun and I got the moon, which is quite cute. It wasn't supposed to be like matching tattoos, but I guess you could say it is. So yeah, I was really happy with that. I really like sort of like the mandala style tattoos, as you can probably tell by the next couple. So I've not really said the prices because, to be fair, I can't remember the price, but I'm sure the mandala moon was about £30 because that's the minimum price you can pay for the tattoos at this particular shop. The first tattoo I got done was also £30, and I think the feather might have been £35, and then the cover up on top of the feather of the rose was about £90. So the next tattoo that I got done was for free. My dad actually won a voucher in a charity bingo game or a raffle or something like that. So he won a voucher for a 2-hour-long tattoo session. So I went and got like the outline of my mandala done, which is on my thigh, like sort of to the side of my thigh, which I love, like when I'm on holiday, if I'm wearing shorts and you can see it, I just love it. Yeah, so I got that done. It still needs like some shading and stuff done, but for the moment I'm happy with it. Like, it's one of my favourite tattoos. So I will also put a picture here for you, but yeah, I didn't really pay anything for this so far, but when I go back and get it shaded, then I will have to pay for the extra time what it's taken. So my most recent tattoo Oh, I'm missing one, I'm lying. So the tattoo I got done after that was along my collarbone here, and it's Roman numerals for my granddad's birthday. So like I say, I'll put that again on the screen. The only problem with this one is, when I first got it done, I'll try and show you the two different pictures. The lines were like really thin and it was really detailed, but the problem with tattoo ink is over time, if you get thin, delicate lines done, it spreads a little bit. So it doesn't look terrible, but it's not as the lines aren't as fine as when I first got it done, which I will show you also here. So the last and most recent tattoo is one that I got done last May, and I actually got it done in Turkey. So we came back off a boat trip, me and Josh, and I thought it was a good idea just to walk into a tattoo shop. So when I went in there was a girl already in there. I say girl, she was probably like the same age as me. But she apparently had got like 3 tattoos done there, and then she had one done on her wrist, but it was a lion's face, and the detail on it was amazing. Like, this tattoo, it was really, really good. So then obviously after I saw her getting her tattoo done, I was like, no question, I'll get mine done. And I've always wanted an elephant tattoo. I just wasn't sure what design. So it was quite an impulse thing. I literally went on their computer in the tattoo shop, typed in elephant, like mandala style tattoo, and printed it off. But I absolutely love it, and it is my favourite tattoo to date. So yeah, I was in there for probably about 4 to 5 hours, I think. But the only problem was, where I was getting it done, the tattoo bed was sort of like in front of a window. So as I was getting it done, I was just scrolling through my phone, obviously trying to pass some time. But everyone, obviously, it was in Marmaris, if you've ever been to Turkey. So it's quite busy, and it was quite like across from the beach. I can't remember the name of the place, but it was across from the beach. So everyone who was coming off the beach or coming off boat trips was walking past and staring in. And I'm the type of person, I say that as I'm filming a video to put on the internet, that doesn't like to be the centre of attention, and I don't like too many people staring at me. So probably the most uncomfortable part of that tattoo was people staring at me. But afterwards, I absolutely loved it. It is my favourite tattoo, and I've just got it on the back of my shin. The only thing I regret about my tattoos so far is probably not getting them all on the same leg, because then I could have made like a leg sleeve. I don't know what the name for it is, but I'm pretty sure it's not a trouser. So yeah, I could have had them all up the same leg, sort of, and then get them all blended into one, because I would like a sleeve doing on my arm, but the only problem is that I don't think it would suit me. So that's the only reason I haven't had it done. But the next tattoo I am wanting is like a mandala, not a mandala, what's it called? Like a henna inspired tattoo on my sort of like on my hand up to my wrist, and I want it blending in sort of with the rose there, so it's gonna come up here, but I'm not in any rush to get it done at the moment. So I think I've already answered question number 2, but number 2 is, what was your favourite tattoo? So it's probably the elephant that I did get done in Turkey, just because the detail on it and the time and patience that I keep saying tattoo, what the tattoo artist put in was just, yeah, I just really like it. And to say I was on a holiday, it was like the first week of my holiday and we went for 2 weeks. It's actually done really well. I just made sure that I put extra sun cream on top, you know, if I was sunbathing, etc. But no, it's healed really nicely, and yeah, it's probably my favourite one so far. Third question is, how old were you when you got your first tattoo? I think I've already answered this. I was 18 and it was an impulse thing, and yeah, it's not my favourite, but it'll do. Number 4 is, what do your parents think? And both of my parents have tattoos. My gran, however, is not so keen on tattoos, but she just doesn't look at them. I mean, there's only one that she would ever really see, and that's the one on my wrist? Yeah, on my wrist. Yeah, it's the one on my wrist. So she's never said she doesn't like it, but as a whole she doesn't like tattoos. So question number 5 is, do my tattoos have a theme? And not really. The only thing I will say is that, as you can probably tell by the pictures, I don't really ever get colour in my tattoos. They're mostly just done with black or white ink, and that's just my personal preference. Like, I love other people's tattoos with colours in them, but for me, I don't know why, I just like like the plain black shaded artwork, I guess. The only theme could be like the sort of mandala inspired ones, but other than that there's not really a theme. I just saw it, liked it, got it. I can't even remember what number we're on, but the next question is, would you like to get more tattoos in the future? And yes, probably. The only issue is money. So they're quite expensive. Oh, I forgot to mention, the one that I got done in Turkey actually cost me £160, but that was including like the aftercare, creams and things. So yeah, I would probably like to get more in the future, yes. So the next one is, which tattoo hurt the most? And to be honest, I've got quite a high pain threshold when it comes to like tattoos and piercings. I don't remember any of them particularly hurting me, to be honest, but the most uncomfortable one was probably when I got just above the inside of my ankle done, because there was a little bit where this sort of was going on the bone and that felt a bit more uncomfortable. But other than that, I don't really know. So probably my tiny little moon that was on the bone or the top of my foot. But like I said, I got that done when I was 18, so I can't actually remember the pain there too much. Next is, which one hurt the least? And probably I pictured as it fell off the wall. I actually give up. Mimi, which one hurt the least here, Blair? Go on now. So I'm not even going to bother trying to put the picture back on the wall because it seems to keep wanting to fall down. So we'll carry on without it. So the tattoo that hurt the least, like I'm not sure if I've already said, was the elephant tattoo on the back of my leg. I think it's probably because I'm quite big, so there's quite a lot of fat there. So it didn't hurt the bone at all or the muscle. I don't really know, but it does hurt the least. Next is, do you regret any of your tattoos? And it's not that I regret them, because I don't know, I've had it done now, it's done, you can't change it. But if I was to say I did regret any, it would be the one that I got when I was 18. And next is, how long did they take? And I can't remember on an individual basis really. I know the small ones only took maximum about half an hour, and then the mandala on my thigh took around 2 hours, and the elephant on the back of my leg took about 4 to 5 hours. So next is, how many piercings do you have? And
I'm not sure. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11.
At the moment I've got 11.
But I have in the past had
15, I think. So I've got these bottom two in my lobe. I'm not sure on the names of these piercings. I'll add them in on the screen if I can find them. So I've got my bottom two lobes here. I don't know if you can see. And then I've got this one above it. I think my hair's probably in the way. And then I've got like it done for a third time there. I have the top of my ear here done. And then I've just had this middle bit done here. No, I haven't, that's on the other side. Then I've got this middle bit done, I've just put rings in there. I don't know if you can see this or not, I might have to edit it out. And then I've got this, which is maybe a rook, I'm not sure. That's also got a ring in. And I have had my tragus done, but that sort of just popped out. Like the ball fell off when I was at work one day, and then obviously I couldn't keep the bar in, and I was looking everywhere for the ball, but it seemed to be the same colour as the floor at work, so I never found it, and it just ended up healing up. So in this ear I've just got the bottom lobe done. I've got this one here, which is the most recent one, and I've got that one pierced there, and I'm hoping to get like a ring through that. I've also got my scaffold piercing done, and I've got this like heart ring in here. For the heart ring, he actually used just like a long piece of, not long, it's probably about this long, piece of metal, and he actually bent it himself into the shape of the heart. And then when he pierced my ear, he put it through in the heart shape. Obviously it like unformed a little bit, so then he like reformed the heart in my ear. And yeah, it's really pretty, and loads of people always comment on it. So I've also got my nose pierced, which I seem to be terrible at keeping. This is probably about the 5th time I've actually had my nose pierced, because for whatever reason they just keep falling out, and I really like it, so I just keep getting it done again. In the past I've had my smiley pierced, which, if you don't know, this is disgusting, it's like the piece of skin, the bit that attaches your lip to your gums, should I say, and the balls sort of like sit on the teeth. But I took that out for a couple of reasons. So it didn't seem to heal properly on me for some reason, and it was quite painful, and also the balls would like rub on your teeth, so it's not good for the enamel on your teeth. But I did think it looked really pretty, and I do like it on other people, but for me it just wouldn't heal. And another piercing I've also had, but I've taken it out, is my septum piercing. I have got pictures of all these piercings if you can't see them, so I will put them on the screens. But yeah, I've had my septum piercing done, and I took the ring out to clean it, and I just couldn't get it back in. So that's another piercing which I've just had done and lost. And then my belly button, I had that pierced when I was about maybe 12, and I remember being in PE class and we was getting changed, because it was at school when you all had to get changed together, and everyone noticed my piercing. And then I remember for like a week or so afterwards, everyone was coming up to me at school and being like, oh my goodness, I've heard you got your belly button pierced, did it hurt, blah blah blah, and asking me loads of questions. And honestly, I felt so popular. I know, I'm just kidding, but yeah, they was all asking me about it and if it hurt, because they wanted to get it done. But yeah, I actually can't remember the pain. I think the most uncomfortable part is when they like clamp your belly button before they're going to do the piercing. But I haven't actually got that one anymore, just because I remember being in the park with my friends and everyone was climbing onto like this metal seating thing. Everyone's climbing on the top, so I was trying to be cool, climbing on the top as well, and it's cringe alert, caught my belly button and it like pulled a little bit, and then it scarred, so the bar ended up coming out. So I don't also recommend this, tried at home to like re-pierce it myself to get the bar back through, and I could just never get it back in, and now I'm just left with a scar just above my belly button, and it looks awful. So I mean, I would maybe get it redone in the future. The next one was Where Are They, and I'm pretty sure I just showed you. Next is Which One Hurt the Most, and honestly it's probably my scaffold, only because on the day they had an offer on for piercings, and I think it was like 2 for £30, and I went with my friend and she only wanted 1 piercing, and I wanted my scaffold done, which was classed as 2. But then I thought, well, I may as well spend an extra £15 and get another one, so then she could get the 2 for £30 deal as well. So I remember I got my scaffold piercing done, which is 2 piercings, and then I got the love heart that I was talking to you about earlier done. So that counts as 3 piercings, all in the same ear, and it's also the side that I used to sleep on. So yeah, don't recommend that. However, I did watch Jamie Genevieve's piercing video the other day, and one second. So yeah, back again. She recommended one of these, which is the travel pillow, and she just said that if you put the pillow like this and have your ear through the hole, then it protects your piercings. And say I've had so many piercings done in my ear, I never thought of doing this. It's actually genius. And next time I'll try it out. I'll also link her video below. Next is which piercing is your favourite, and like I said, I do like my nose piercing. I love my ear piercings. Some people comment on why have you got so many, but probably the love heart. Last but not least is, do you regret any of your piercings? And honestly, oh, actually there's one that I forgot. I used to have a microdermal in my neck, and I loved it at the time, but no idea why I got it in my neck. Like, I know some people have it here, or like a cleavage one, or I used to really like it on your finger, but I know that's not practical because for like, depending where you work, it can get ripped out, and at the time I was working in a co-op store, so putting stock out it wouldn't have been a good idea. But yeah, I used to have it in the side of my neck, And I really liked it for ages, but then one day I was at work and I just got this really sharp pain in my neck, and it started growing out, which I have read is quite common for microdermals. They like get rejected almost as like a foreign object, because what they do is they get this twisty thing, I don't know what it's called, and they sort of like take a piece of the skin out and then they pop the plate. It's sort of like got a plate and then the jewellery sits on top with the ball, and they pop the plate in like the hole they've created, and then your skin heals around it. So obviously part of it is inside the body, so it rejected it and it ended up just coming out in the end. I mean, it's healed fine now. I'm not sure if it's scarred, but if I was to regret any of my piercings, it would probably be that one. So yeah, so that brings us to the end of this video. I'm sorry it's been a long rambly one and I hope it's all made sense for you guys. I hope you liked it, and if you did, please make sure you like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye!